Hmm. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Namaste Satyam Bruhi Swaha. Yo. Hello everyone. See, today my topic for discussion would be Yantra, Tantra and Mantra, YMT. So I think most of you have heard about this by this time. So as Madam has rightly suggested that YMT is one of the most effective remedy for any issues apart from the corrections in Vastu and architectural changes and whatever you provide for a house. Even YMT plays a major role in rectifying any major issues in anybody's life. So this is as per my experience, which I have gone through all these years in my practice of Yantra, Mantra and Tantra. And my core specialization is Jyotisha and various forms of Jyotisha along with the Vastu Shastra. The Yantra Shastra is, we cannot isolate Yantra Shastra separately from Jyotisha, because Yantra Shastra is a part of the Jyotisha where it comes under remedial Jyotish. So what we call the Pariharas or Upayas, we can call it in any of the forms. So Yantra, Mantra, Tantra are nothing but the three main parts which I am going to discuss today. So mantra, I think all of you have heard about it. Mantra is nothing but a particular syllable or a sound which creates a desired outcome, and we can call it as a mantra. The basis the outcome or the basis the desire, the classification of the mantras will be different. In that you can also come across bija mantras or shloka rupa mantras or regular ashta akshari, pancha akshari, like the different count of syllables also will be found in various types of mantras you can come across. Each mantra will be for a specific purpose. It's not that mantras are just written for the sake of writing it, but what I have found is mantras are very effective if you use it for a specific purpose, which is for which it is created. And mantras cannot be recited by everyone. There should be a particular shuddhi, there should be a particular what you call guru upadesha, and also you should follow certain guidelines which a sadhaka has to be born in his mind. So if you follow all these guidelines, I think mantra siddhi can be achieved by anyone. So without a siddhi, a mantra cannot yield all the specific outcomes which it is mentioned, which is desired or designed for. So I'll just like to highlight few guidelines for a sadhaka. So I'll just mention few guidelines. If your people are interested, you can just note it. You should have a complete faith and unflinching loyalty, backed by a clear heart towards the deity. And you should have a subconscious mind full of trust and confidence while recitation. And you should also command his subconscious mind with faith, as he is a faithful servant. The sadhana should be started under the directions of a competent guru. That's what I mentioned. It should come from a guru. That is Guru Upadesha. And sadhaka should acquire three things mainly. That is the trust in God, atonement, and also the readiness to sacrifice. He should be very truthful, he should be honest, and he should be large-hearted. And also he should have a control over his tongue, his anger, and also he should have a lot of patience, and restless thoughts should not be there. See why all these things are mentioned. It's not like they're like a prescribed procedure or a medicine. It is directly linked to your psychological status. If you are angry, you will not be able to bring out that kind of vibes while reciting the mantra. Or when you are jealous, your mind will not be free to utter a mantra in a specific way it has to be uttered. And also if you are not honest, I don't think the mantra will yield any results, because if you do it under a wrong intent or a wrong desire, or to spoil someone or to gain something with your greediness, I don't think mantras will support you. The mantras will always work only if you are very honest, only if you are helpful, and you are giving out something to the society for the well-being of your fellow human beings. Then in that such cases only the mantras will work. Similarly, for a sadhaka who have decided to do some mantra siddhi, he should be highly disciplined, and also he should have all these qualities, and he should not get into any rumors, and he should not do any back talks, and he should not have any kind of what do you call any kind of bad habits, or any kind of addictions. So you should be free from everything. So more you are free in your mind and your body, the more siddhi you will be attaining, the more faster you will attain the siddhi. So that is what I mean to say. So these are some of the guidelines mentioned in one of the books on mantra, tantra, yantras. And directly coming over to the types of mantras, there are different types, as I mentioned earlier. There are bija mantras, which are very, very effective and very, very powerful. I will be coming to bija mantras when I show you the process of preparing the yantras. So these bija mantras are very highly coded form of energy, and when you utter each bija, there will be a certain type of energies which will come out, which will emanate from the sound, and it will have a specific effect on a specific part of your body, or a specific type of vibe will be created, which will affect a specific kind of aura in your body. So for example, Kleem bija is nothing but it's usually used for a Sri Krishna or Kali devatas, and this bija actually works as a cleansing agent. It will cleanse your thoughts, and also it will cleanse your body. Like that, you can find Shreem bija, Devi bija, and also Hreem bija, Glaum bija. So all these bijas are mentioned in Ganapati mantras, in Devi mantras. So these bijas will have a specific breath control while uttering, and also when you utter such bijas, you will be energizing a specific part of your body from where the sound will be generated. For example, Glaum, it should come from the Nabi. So like that, different chakras in your body will be activated. So this is like this, you can see the different effects of bijas. So the bija mantras should be always be taken from a guru, and it should never be chanted without any guidance from the guru. It's not like you will read some Google or any website and just refer and start chanting the bijas, because the effects you may have an adverse effect as well. Instead of helping, you are spoiling yourself more. So you should be very cautious on the usage of bija mantras. You should always take guidance from the gurus, and take Guru Diksha, and then start uttering all this. Then you will find the difference, or else it's just a syllable. And so I think that will give a fair idea on mantras. And coming to yantras, what are yantras? As you just hear the word yantra, the first thing that will strike in your mind is nothing but a machine, or something, the form of a machine, or some kind of design can be visualized in your mind. The similar way, our rishis have designed certain types of yantras in order to attain certain type of outcomes in a lifetime. So I will just mention the different types of yantras, and then I will go to how to make an yantra. So to mention a few types of main types of yantras, one is called Bhuprashta yantras, which is mainly made up of the material which are composed of earthly materials which are found, and also there is certain yantras which are made from even twigs or tree materials, earth materials like that. And they also include bijas of Varuna or what you call Vayu, like that. And the second type can be called as Meru Pratishtha Yantra. These are like mountains. You can see like a three-dimensional, like a pyramidal shape yantras. And the third is a Patala Yantra. This is nothing but if you reverse a pyramid, it will be a downward triangle kind of thing. This is called as a Patala Yantras. And Meru Prasthara Yantras. These are the yantras which are cut into a different geometrical shapes. So these are called Meru Prasthara Yantras. And this, and again is Rura Prasthara Yantra. These are like the bottom is in the shape of rectangle, and the top you can see a tortoise kind of form. I think a lot of people are using it like a finger ring and other things. I don't know how far they have taken the guidance before wearing such Rura Prasthara Yantras, but still this is one of the types of yantras. These are all basically used for different kinds of pujas. So these are all puja yantras, and there are different elements. 5 elements are used in different types of yantras, like Prithvi yantra, Jalat yantra, Agni, Vayu, Akasha tattva. Like different tattva based yantras are also found, and there are different yantras based on the uses, like Sharira yantra, Dharana yantra, Asana yantra, Mandala yantra, and Puja yantra. Puja yantra, as I have already discussed types of puja yantras. So like this, it's a brief introduction about and also there are few yantras called Darshana yantras. Darshana yantras, I think you have seen, even Sri Chakra is also one of the, you can also call it as a Darshana yantra, Meru yantra. It comes under different categories as well, because even sight of that Sri Chakra will give you a certain kind of energy. You don't need to even start recitation of any mantra or even a puja. Just by seeing it, you will gain some energy. You will find that vibes. So that is one of the greatest form of Meru as well as Darshana yantra. So that is called Sri yantra. That's also called as the king of all yantras. So I think with this introduction, I will tell you how to prepare a yantra, and and before that, I would like to tell you, Yantra Tantra, Tantra is nothing but the procedure or the process where you prepare a different type of yantras and also give out certain type of what you call mantras and certain type of remedies. These are called the tantric rituals. And there are both sides are there for this. There are spiritual what you call sattvic form of mantra yantra tantra, and also you can also see the other way, tamasic forms, wherein you will see the usage of yantra mantra tantra is done for any inflicting any what you call losses, damages, or life threatening what you call actions on anybody. So these things are highly what you call highly restricted, and we should not even think of going into that realm, because that actually will spoil you instead of helping you. So my recommendation, we should always during the sattvic form of usage of yantra tantra and mantra, so that during the lifetime, once you become a sadhaka, you will also help yourself and also help the human race by giving out the remedies. And here I can tell you there are different remedies for health, for relationship issues, for childlessness, for getting a job, and also for winning any legal battles, and also for corrections of vastu. If at all any structural corrections are not possible, we can always invoke a specific type of yantra mantra, and also we can get some desired results in that. This is nothing but balancing the 5 elements. So yantras will enhance the particular kind of energy what you require for a specific kind of purpose. For example, if a person is not well, you need to activate his health inside the body in order to boost his immune system in order to fight against the disease which is suffering. So for that a specific yantra is prepared, wherein that particular shape or the geometry of that yantra will invoke that kind of vibrations in it, and it will start giving that particular vibes to the body which is suffering from the disease, and it will cure start getting boosting his immune, and he will start getting cured or recovering from that particular disease. This can be enhanced by the usage of mantra. Mantra is again it's like a charge for a like a when you use a battery for a torch, it will grow brightly. So like that, a yantra should always be charged by using a specific mantra which is designed for that. It may have a bija also, or it may have a regular akshara mantras. So like that, mantra and yantra are like inseparable. So if both are used, then only the effective result will be there. So that is called as yantra and mantras combo effect. So by saying this, I will also show you few charts wherein I have personally attended these case studies, and we have resolved the problems. Like in one chart, I don't want to take the name of the client. One of the client approached us, I think I got the reference from the madam herself, and the client had lot of issues in his house. He had a long standing legal battle for the property, which he could not get some result out of that, and he was fighting it out with his I think with his brothers. So and he approached us, and I prepared a Gruha Digbandhana yantra for him, and also we activated that Gruha Digbandhana yantra in the house. I'll show you the process in the last. After doing that, I think in almost within 48 days, whichever the case he was fighting, it got concluded in a in a way that he wanted, and he got that particular land, and now he is happy, he is constructing his house as well. So that is one of the case studies, and you can see the chart as well. I will be showing the chart, and I will also say how I got to that Gruha Digbandhana yantra. I will just tell you about the chart as well. See this chart, I would like to show you. I think you can see on the screen. The native is born on 14th March 1976 at 5:05 a.m. and his nakshatra is Makha nakshatra, and moon is obviously for Makha nakshatra, it will be in the Leo sign, Simha Rashi. I think by now you will have a fair introduction about Jyotish, the basic 12 houses in a Kundali, and also 9 planets, and also lordship of the houses. All these things I think you are almost be aware of by now. So I would like to say that his nakshatra was Makha nakshatra. Nakshatra is decided basis the position of the moon during the birth. So here he had a moon in Makha nakshatra, and he has in fact Jupiter Ketu combination, which is also, we can note it, Jupiter Ketu combination, as well as Saturn and Mars combination as well, and which shows Saturn and Mars combination is there. If you use an Nadi technique, you can come to know that Saturn and Mars combination also gives lot of what do you call relationship issues with the siblings, and also something related to land also disputes will be there. So what we have to address, and also there is a Rahu here where he is having a direct vision on the Mars. So again it creates a lot of disputes to the land, and whatever agriculture land, even the agriculture land he has some problems in that, and also health issues which will come up because of Mars Rahu effect, and also his Sun, Mercury, Venus are all together, and his Mercury is again we can say It is actually in 13 degrees 44 minutes and sun is at 29 degrees 59 minutes. And also it happens to be Lagna. So Sun, Mercury and Venus put together in Lagna will give lot of anxiety in his mind, because Lagna is again the head. So the anxiety issues are there, land related issues, relationship issues. So all these can be addressed. Instead of giving multiple yantras, we can address this using a Griha Digbandhana yantra, wherein the entire house will be secured from all kinds of negative vibes, and also it gives out the positive energy inside the house at all times, so that his anxiety levels will come down and he will be able to make a wise decision. So basis that judgment, I decided to give him a Griha Digbandhana yantra, and actually it worked. Now he is happy and he keeps coming back to me in whatever decision he wants to take. He keeps consulting. So that is the kind of trust and faith he has developed. So one can develop trust and faith only if he sees the results. So you can see that. So for what we have learned in this is, while deciding what type of yantra and mantra should be given to a particular client, you should always decide basis the chart, Jyotish birth chart. So if that is one of the techniques. The second technique for deciding the kind of yantra or mantra should be used is the Prashna Shastra. Prashna Shastra means when a client comes to you and he asks you some question, see whether I am facing this issue, how can I come out of this? Basis that time we'll cast a chart and we'll choose a Aruda Lagna. See, there are two types of Lagna. One is Aruda Lagna, that is nothing but the Lagna at the time of your query, and one more is Janma Lagna, that is the Lagna at the time of your birth. So these two things can be critically examined and we can arrive at a remedy. For example, few clients came to me and asked about certain, for example, one of them asked about the things which he has lost, whether he will recover or not. So looking at the chart, we can say he will recover, or if it is delayed, we can always give him some yantra which can help him in recovering. Or a lady carrying who is conceived or is pregnant comes and asks what should we do to have a successful delivery. So we can give Garbharaksha yantra, wherein the fetus inside will be protected by the power of the yantra till the time healthy baby is born. So that kind of yantra also I have made. I will show you how it looks. That is Garbharaksha yantra. And also few clients came back to us saying they have some kind of fear a ghost or something. So for that also we can cast a Prashna chart and we can see where exactly he is facing the problem in the house. We can also tell which direction, if he is coming from the southwest or if it's coming in the northeast or somewhere where the actual negative energy is located in the house. And also we can give a specific yantra for that, so that that negative what you call spirit or whatever it is in the negative energy that can be taken care. You can get rid of that particular negative energy. And I will introduce certain materials which I use. These are all basic materials. I just wanted to have an idea of how to make an yantra, what type of things we use. There are still a lot of hundreds of other things which I use, and this is only to give a basic idea how it looks. So practically people can understand what goes behind preparing an yantra. So I'll also discuss about one more chart, and this is again a chart of a person who was born on 17 January 1980. You can see the chart as well in my video. Purvashada Nakshatra. So Purvashada Nakshatra is again Dhanur Rashi. So what is the problem in his chart? You can see Mars is there, Rahu and Jupiter together they are in Simha Rashi, that is in his 4th house. So 4th house again goes for the house of happiness, house of luxury. It is also the house which denotes vehicles, his peacefulness, his happiness at the house, his mother, everything comes under fourth house. So all these things which I mentioned is all getting disrupted and disturbed in his life. And fifth house is a Saturn is sitting in the fifth house. So his punya karmas, whatever he has done in this past life, are also getting arrested, because fifth house also signifies purva punya and also children. And eighth house is a moon, which again affects his what you call mental happiness, which will give him agony. And also ninth house is again having Sun and Mercury, and here Mercury is again combust, it's very near to the Sun, it has lost all its qualities. Even though Budhaditya Yoga is seen, you have to see the degrees and then decide whether the Budhaditya Yoga is working or not. Here the Budhaditya Yoga is not working because Mercury is very close to Sun and it has lost all its properties. That's the reason it may turn out to be a different altogether. Instead of giving him a good knowledge and thoughts, it may spoil his thought level, it may increase his anxiety level, it will give addiction. And Venus Ketu is also there. That signifies whatever money comes to him will not stay with him, it will always getting dried. So he is in a good top position, but still he is having always liquidity crisis. So all these things denoted me to give him something which will help him to come out of addiction, have a focused mind, have a to lessen his anxiety levels, and to improve his relationship, and also improve his peacefulness and happiness at his house. So what we decided to give him is one Raksha Bindu, wherein we designed a particular type of Raksha by energizing it with a specific mantras, and we gave it to him so that he can wear it every day on his forehead. And also I gave him that kind of betel leaf, which specially prepared. He has to chew it monthly once on a particular tithi, and by doing this, I think by one in a span of around 15 days to 1 month, I got a feedback saying that his nature has been completely getting changed and is showing a lot of positive signs, and even the parents are also getting some hopes on him. Before they had lost completely that hopes on him. Now I think little positivity is coming up. So these are the results which are practically I have seen while dealing with my clients. So these are the benefits actually. So next thing, yantras are not generic. See, you can get yantras in any of the stalls, online, anywhere you can buy and give it. But in my case, what I have seen is I will customize the yantra. For example, if a particular person comes to me with person A comes to me, I will actually inscribe his name on the yantra and give a specific vibe and mantras for increasing the effect on him specifically. It's not a generic one, it's totally customized yantra we can prepare and give it to him, so that only the full benefit will be given to him, and it is purified and then given to him. It's not like factory made laser cut yantras will just give it to you. It's not only the geometry which gives the result. It's the first thing is the siddhi of the person who is preparing it, how much clarity he has and how much knowledge he has, and also what is that guru diksha he has taken, and how much honest he is, and how much spiritual he is, depends on that. The second thing, what are the rituals he practices while preparing the yantra and how effective are they. And third thing is what are the materials he uses while preparing the yantra. That will also decide the effectiveness of the yantra. And fourth, what is the type of mantra he is energizing and what he is giving to the client, which will also decide the effectiveness and the how fast it actually works. So these are the things which I practice for the customization of the yantras, which very rarely few people do. You can find this still happening in certain remote villages, wherein they prepare customized yantras and give it. Whereas in cities, you have seen a lot of online yantras being sold left and right. And I'm not against them, but it should be given in a particular energized, charged, and it should be given to them. It is not like buying some clothes or puja materials and articles. It is something energy it is giving to you. It is nothing but exchange of energy between me and the client, which is giving to him, which is being given to him in order to make him come out of that particular ailment. So I'll just show you what are the things used in the yantras. So these are the two charts. I just wanted to give you an example. Next we will move on to the articles which are used while for preparing the yantra or the customization of yantra. And this is what is used for writing it. This is a copper foil. You can see it's very thin foil. It can be bent like this. It is made in such a way that you can make it as a talisman also by bending it, and you can it is so smooth that you can twist it like this, and also it is made in such a way that you can write, inscribe, carve on that particular thing, whatever yantric designs you have, that those things it can be carved on that. And few of the designs you can see on my screen now. I'll show you a few of the yantra designs. One is Bagalamukhi, one is for enhancing the business, and the other thing is used as Tamasic yantra also for winning over the enemies. So like that, there are different type of yantras you can see in the screen. And then I'll show you the different types of yantras. I'll show you few things. So for example, this is what is used for writing it. So you can see this Trishul kind of thing. This is a kind of what we call a scribing pen or something, what you can call it. This is used by me to write it. So what I will do is, first I will have to do my regular procedures like praying to my gurus, offering my worship to them, and then taking their permission from all the gurus for writing this yantra, and also praying to my family deity or Kuladevata, Ishtadevata for giving me the strength to help the person in need, because we are nobody to help. We have to seek permission from the divine energies, the Panchabhutas, and the deities whom we worship, and take the permission from them, and also the Pitru Devatas, our father and mother. So all gurus, all these people should first give you permission. Second thing is, we should ask the client also to pray to his Pitrus, pray to his parents, and pray to his deities, and seek help from them in order to get a desired yantras for the benefit of his problems. So after doing that, we'll decide what type of yantra to be given. As I told you, basis the chart, basis the prashna asked, and basis the requirement what they need. And after that, deciding the type of yantras, we will first take this copper foil. We will do the Shuddhikarana. There is a specific mantra for Shuddhikarana. I should chant it 108 times and pour the water on this, make it Shuddhikaran. And after that, I have to take this, which I also do the Shuddhikarana, and it is always kept in the puja room. It is not like a regular pen which I can keep anywhere. The place has to be cleaned up and then it should be kept, because it is already energized. I just brought it to show it to you all. And then I should not write like this. I should always write like this. The Trishul should be pointed towards upwards, and I should draw the diagram of particular specific yantras which I already showed to you in this. And for a specific type of yantras, there are names also to be written inside of the space of the client, not to give him the more effect. So I'll do that, and after doing that, I will have to again energize the yantra by doing Abhishekam. I can use all this Panchamrita Abhisheka. I will do Shodashopachara Puja and regular Shodashopachara Puja, not Panchopachara. Shodashopachara Puja I should do, and then I should chant the specific mantra designed for this yantra 108 times, and I should do the Abhisheka. After that, I should do the regular puja arati like you do for the deities, and then after that it is energized, and then I have to either make it as a talisman like how client needs, or if you are going for a Griha Digbandhana yantra, I shall roll this and I shall keep inside this pot. You can see this small pot. You can see the small pot like this. There will be 8 pots which will be made, and it will be tied or buried in 8 directions of the house in order to give the complete protection to the house. It's called Ashta Digbandhana, 8 directions. And the Moola Dwara, that is Mukhya Dwara, also will be energized, and a main coconut or a dry coconut which is again energized will be tied on the main door, so that all these will be in tandem. They work and protect the house from any kind of energy, negative energies. So this is one of the things what I do. And this white mustard seeds, and we have to use this in order to first get the immediate relief from the negative energies. So I carry this to the places wherever I go before doing any kind of remedy. First I will sprinkle this seeds by chanting I have a specific mantra for which I have done this sadhana. I use that mantra, I take the seeds and I will sprinkle all over the house or area where I enter, and then I step my leg into it. Because first I have to clear the negative energies inside the house for my own protection. Next, I have to sprinkle the house in order to make the house ready for receiving that yantra which I am trying. Otherwise, the negative energies staying inside will not allow me to get the yantras installed inside the house. So this is one of the very effective white mustard seeds. And after that, I fill even that inside the pot. I put this yantra inside the pot, and these are different kinds of herbs which we use inside the pot. This has to be kept, and also these are the twigs from a specific selected trees will be there, and these are the leaves from a specific tree. These are the climbers. So there are 108 types of herbs which I use. Make it into a powder, and then I will pour it into the pot, and then I will cover it up with a red cloth, and then I can tie it up with using this kind of color thread. This has to be tied horizontally, and after that I use a yellow thread and tie it in the vertical motion. And this is the honey beeswax which I use, beeswax, in order to seal the pot or seal the talisman. I cannot use a gum or something. This has to be product from the nature. So I use honey wax in order to seal it. And this is the cones. Once the yantras are ready, it's called Dashanga cone. You can light it up, and every day you have to give the Dashanga Harati to the particular yantras or whatever tied in your house. You should energize that. You should just keep it for a few minutes and chant whatever mantras given to you, or if your family deity mantras, and you should energize it. It is like charging every day. So these are the Dashanga cones, and after doing that, the yantras can be done. If anybody asks for a talisman, I can prepare this kind of coil, turn it up, fill all these ingredients again, and put it inside this. It is like this. You can open this. You can open this like this, and put everything, fill whatever I told with the bunny wax, fix it up, and then fill it. And put an yellow thread. There will be 16 thread, 3 thread, like the different purpose will be there, and give it to them. They can either tie it to their right hand like this, or they can tie it to the neck, whichever they are comfortable with. So this is one of the ways of making the talisman. So this is the brief methodology of how to prepare an yantra. Very basic way I have made my presentation. So I will share the stage by stage photos at the end of the video, where you can see how I prepared the Ashtadigbandhana coconut, and which I have already given to some client. And coming to the time of preparation, this yantra should be prepared only in the Brahmi Muhurta. You can always check Brahmi Muhurta on any of the apps available now. Before sunrise, you have to wake up, do all your daily sadhanas, prepare yourself, and do it with utmost care. And then it has to be given to the client depending on the nakshatra where he is born. For example, it should be given, if he is asking for a protection, it should be given on a Kshematara. If he is asking for a happiness, it should be given to him on a Mitratara. Like that, if you're asking for a wealth, it should be given on a day where his Sampat Tara is working. Like that, different nakshatras, usage should be started by the client depending on the purpose of receiving the yantra. So, the muhurta is very much important while giving the yantra, while receiving the yantra also. While preparing also, you should prepare either an Amavasya or a Purnima or an eclipse day, or even on a Thursdays or Sundays, depending upon the type of yantras you are preparing. So these are the basic guidelines you need to stick, and you cannot wear anything and sit and prepare the yantras. You should always cover your back, should be always covered with a kind of the what you call our traditional wear, dhoti and the panche, kurta, whatever. You should cover yourself completely, and then with all the malas, you can wear Rudraksha malas or any malas which you have been using, and then prepare it with utmost surrenderness, divinity, and also with utmost care, and also with good intent you have to prepare the yantras. Then only that particular yantra will have siddhis. And being a yantra kara, you should also daily practice few mantras for specific number of times. Few should be chanted 1,000 times, few should be chanted 108 times, few should be chanted 28 times. Like the different numerics will be there. So you have to practice that every day or every, as I told you, different important dates, and then see that that mantra is you are having the siddhi on that mantras before doing the yantra. Then only the yantra will work. So with this, I conclude my explanation on yantra tantra mantra, and with few examples as I quoted. A lot of uses, my customers are very happy, the clients are feeling happy. So it is one of the ancient methods of giving a remedy. And so I call upon whoever is interested and going for more details. This is just a brief introduction what I have given. A lot of other things to be learned. So hope you all enjoyed understanding this very ancient and very rare techniques of preparing yantra, which you not find nowadays in this age of all ready-made things which are available in the market. You can just go and buy anything, but these are customized products which has been prescribed by our rishis. This has to be done with customization. It cannot be generic, it cannot be given just like that. So with this, I conclude my a small session on yantra tantra mantra. If anybody is interested, you can always contact Madam Shivangi for further details. I will be more happy to answer your queries. So that's it from my side. Thank you all. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.